Hello, everybody. Good morning. Welcome back. I appreciate you stopping by again. For those that are followers and for all the newcomers, thank you for stopping by. I hope you find some content that'll be beneficial and help you get in line and get on your path and get underway. I want to start off by saying I humbly appreciate every like, every subscribe, every comment, every share. When you're put on life's purpose, you're not given a manual when you get started. You just go. So many times in life, in the midst of chaos, you didn't have time to think about it. I wouldn't know what to think, even if I did have more time. When you're on a spiritual walk, it's the faith and confidence that what you feel inside, that pull, that push, it's meant to be. You don't have to know the details of where you're going to go or how you're going to get there or what time you're going to get there. Just get there. Keep going, one foot in front of the other. Jerry, I can't walk. Crawl. I can't crawl. Drag yourself, pull yourself, whatever you got to do, get there. Living like I do is not the easiest. A lot of other empaths will agree when they share that it's difficult to have these responsibilities. I mean, think about it. Do you really honestly want to pick up other people's energy? Feel their thoughts, feel their anxieties, their fears, their negative thoughts? Probably not. And there's ways that you can have your talents and your capabilities, and you can still have protections. You can still have boundaries. Those limits of where this is where my energy is and I know it. I know me. And this is where everybody else's starts. As long as you know the dividing line between those two, it's not chaotic. When I was growing up and I would sense other people's energies, I didn't understand that it wasn't mine. I could be completely calm, walk into a room, and just my stomach was just twisted up in knots. Why? Because there was a disagreement going on in that room before I walked in there. And the fear of a truth coming out was agony for somebody in that room. I absorbed energy. Whenever I say I feel you, I understand what you're saying, I'm not just trying to get along and go along with you and be agreeable. I feel your energy. When Jerry, I got my foot run over by a car. I got my whole body run over. I lost my girlfriend, lost my wife, lost my child. Those are all very painful things, but we're all headed to that fate. If you understand that there's no finality in it, though, that's where the brilliance, that's where the excitement, the creativity, it's not done until it's done. If you can't go back into yesterday and you can't fast forward into tomorrow, what are you thinking about this very second? What are your intentions? Where are your words? Where's your energy? Put it into something that's going to benefit you, something you love, something that you are drawn to, something exciting, something you. It fits. You ever borrow a pair of underwear that fit? Okay, well, no, probably not, but you know what I'm saying, though. It's that comfortable shoe, that comfortable pair of jeans, that comfortable kiss, that comfortable embrace, that comfortable sex. It's that comfort. A lot of times, what separates us from all of that good is fear, stuff that's never going to happen. We're just projecting it in our mind. Oh, worst case scenario, this is possible because it's happened, not because you're imagining somebody cheating on you or leaving you or abandoning you, especially if you have abandonment issues already. It could seem like overcoming a fear of heights. It's stand on the edge of a cliff and somebody's behind you, just relax. Just go with this, no problem. Come on, anybody can do this. Maybe so. But for somebody that's fearful and has had one of those injuries or has had that type of trauma, it's debilitating. And like stop you dead in your tracks. And so when you get completely rid of that fear, you have tolerance, you have patience, and you have acceptance. You take those three things, mix it up in a bowl of discernment, you know what to do. You always know what to do. I can't tell you what to do. Nobody else can either. You don't need to. You're grown up. You know what to do. You do what feels right. A lot of times we lack courage when we really need it. An altercation or something breaks off right beside us and we really want to do something. We really want to jump in there, but I gotta go to work. I can't afford to get hurt. You start going through all these things reasons why you can't do this. I don't live like that. A lot of us don't. You have to get in there. Somebody's got to stand up. Somebody's got to say something. Somebody's got to do something. Be that guy. I've always known that as a man, that was my job. A lot of times these customs aren't passed down. These ways of life. I would say the feminine movement, it didn't cripple men. It damn sure chained us and prevented us from being who we are. There's got to be balance. Everybody has a role. Okay, so if everybody has a life's purpose, why does that husband have to bend to your will? Why does that wife have to bend to your will? Other relationships, father, son, mother, daughter, cousins, there always has to be a dominant. So we think. I've seen something horrible. Horrible. It was on TikTok. These two gentlemen were having a disagreement. I've seen it a million times. I've been on both sides of that fence. Violence happens in life. I just learned at an early age. It's a reality. Just because you don't think that, you wouldn't go over there and eat that lion doesn't mean that lion won't come over and eat you. He will, and he is. That's what he does. That's why I'm saying fear doesn't count. If you have to muster courage, like John Wayne's saying, you can be scared as all get out, but do it anyway, because it has to be done and it's right. You think of all these veterans and all these forefathers before us, all these patriotic women, that took stands and brought rights. I'm for equality, but legitimate equality, not equality biased toward women, but equality. You have to understand that, yes, men have been in that role to shoulder all the negative stuff. And now you get this situation in life where dads left the home. Moms left the home. They're all going out working. They're trying to do something different lives. And they're trying to figure this out on the fly because, again, there's no manual. Who's at home with Junior? TV, his buddies. What kind of a positive influence is that going to be? Can't maintain a relationship. Can't shoulder the responsibility of raising a family. Struggles with authority. Struggles with interactions with people. Unless they're doing exactly what they want to do when they want to do it. And aside from that, they blow up. They make other people feel their energy. And you know what I'm talking about. Somebody can be completely mad, or maybe you don't, but for me, when somebody's like really pissed off and they're trying to mask it, what they feel to their degree is like, oh, I've got this covered. They can't see anything. I can hear it and I can feel it. There's people out there that do that every day. Think about every syllable before you say it. Imagine, if you will, that there's a big old book, and in that book is every syllable you've ever uttered, every thought you've ever thought, every action, every intention, since the beginning of time for everybody. So that'd be the book of everything, the Akashic Records. And in those records are halls of records. With some of the gifts that I've been given, my job is to take this person, explain to them that I can go to their records if they give me permission to, and I can assist them in things. Here's some stuff that you stumbled on in your past life. We need to get that ironed out. That's preventing you from moving forward. Hey, you got a generational curse that popped up right here. No, it wasn't your fault. No, you wasn't around. No, you didn't do it. But I think of it like a piece of trash. I want to thank Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone, I think he originally said it. And then a buddy that I used to work with on the road, Josh Redden, he's the one who passed it on to me. Doesn't matter who put that trash there. Pick it up. Have pride in where you work in your home. You see homes all the time, and they're overrun with trash or hoarding, vehicles and whatnot. And hey, it's your property, it's your stuff, however you want to keep it, that's fine. But don't you know that whenever we see all that stuff, we see just a bunch of pain? Alive. But Mother Nature knows this all too well. Have you ever noticed that, like forest fires and stuff and all that destruction, it brings rebirth? Imagine a snake eating its tail. It's shedding its skin, and it's grown into what it's going to be. And so here to tell you, at 45 years old, I didn't think I was ever going to get it. I was lost. I didn't have knowledge. I didn't have skill. I didn't have talent. I knew loss. I knew betrayal. I guess I never knew because not meditating or being on that frequency, I couldn't pick it up. But you want something to raise your eyebrow? Imagine sitting on the toilet, dropping some bombs, and you feel people plotting your destruction, your death. How they're going to do it, who they're going to use to do it, various methods on doing that. Tell me that wouldn't get your attention? Mine either. I'm divinely protected. I've had multiple attempts on my life for different situations. What it all comes down to is truth. I've got it. And that can separate people from money. That can separate people from property. That can separate people from their jobs or high status. When you're jacking with a guided, a spiritually completely protected individual that's on a mission, as long as they're doing their part, you can't touch them. You have to consider them like the sun. Like up in the sky, the sun. Anybody tries to touch that, it's going to burn them. Why? They're here to make this place better. And what have you done? Talk trash about them, doubt them, kick them when they're down, abuse them, neglect them, abandon them, berate them, gossip about them, ruin their reputation. Make sure that nobody wants any contact with that person. You see, you have to understand energy and how that works. Anything that you say against another person, another spirit, you're giving them power over you. Yeah, right? How do you not do that? Don't. When somebody comes up to gossip to you, they want to talk trash and run somebody down, you can do what I do if you so choose. I shut them down. Hey, ain't none of my business. I'm not a coward. If I got something to say to somebody, I'm going to look you in the eyeball and we're going to have some business. If I don't have nothing to say, then you ain't got nothing to worry about. Somebody comes up to you and says, hey, Jerry said this. You'll know. If Jerry said that, then he would have told me to my face because he wants to see the eyeballs. He wants to know, look down in my soul, that he knows it's coming from him. I don't want there to be a mistake. The truth has a vibration. It always does. It always will. That's why whenever somebody's telling a story, and that first inaccuracy, that first gap of consistency, your face contorts, you start shifting, you're like, A good manipulator will totally calm you down and say, no, 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 there's no way. If you have an unstable constitution, not really secure and trusting your intuition completely because it's hit and miss, because sometimes you apply it and sometimes you don't. Now, if you say that you apply it consistently 1,000% every day and it fails, you're lying. If you're speaking to somebody and you're asking them questions trying to arrive to a conclusion, and every answer is no, a complete denial, they're lying. Life isn't set up that way. It's not like what do they call those? Scantron test. A, B, C, or D, you check them. When I would take tests because I didn't study, I didn't know the material. I would sing little songs. A, B, B, C, D, 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 A, C, A, B, D, B, D, B, C. I was like, oh yeah, I'm already done. I got halfway through the song and I'm finished with the test. Terry, you sure you read that material? Yeah. Did you read every question? Yeah. Absolutely. Lying? Oh yeah. But I didn't think they could see me lying, so it was like, I'm getting away with something. That's the funny thing about it. Nobody gets away with it. Ever. Ever, ever. But what I've learned is that that can be a security blanket. Come with me. A security blanket. So, I know that with my abilities, my understanding, I can do what they call a soul imprint. Now, if I've created a soul contract with another person to come to this lifetime to create a union and to overcome obstacles together, I need to be working. I need to be preparing myself for that person. What do you got to prepare? Well, what do you like? What do you want? What do you need? Think about that for the opposite gender. So my thinking is that I'm not looking to you to make me happy. I make myself happy intentionally. I exercise every day. I choose to go outside and be kind to every person I come into contact with. It starts that way. Spiritual or not, I will throat punch the shit out of you because I'm going to defend myself. Okay? People think that if you're spiritual that you can't defend yourself, and that's ridiculous. Who told you that? Turn the other cheek. It's up to you. It's completely up to you. When you deduce it down, it's as simple as you can make it. What decisions do you want to make to get out of the situation that you made decisions to put yourself into? You have to raise your vibration. If you have access to YouTube, or YouTube, or Google, look it up. Research. Salvaggio scale. Dolores Cannon. Dwayne Dyer. There's a lot of them. I wouldn't say anyone more than the other. Abraham Hicks, of course. But just get out there and figure your way around it. You're going to know which way to go. You're always going to know the right way. There's no wrong way. You're making decisions. You're creating your reality as you go. When people don't understand that, they think you're just doing some hokey pokey in your head or lying to yourself or pretending or faking it until you make it. That aggravates me, that fake it till you make it. I used to use that because I didn't understand how you can take fake it till you make it. instead of survive until I can thrive. You're setting up something positive that you're going toward. As I said in other videos, what if we could help one person every day? One person every day. If every person on this globe could help one person every day, it immediately gets better. I've told that to a couple of people trying to just get my ideas out and see how they resonate with other people. And immediately backlash. Not everybody's going to believe in what you're saying. Not everybody's going to go along with what you're saying. There's no one thing for everybody. Why? It's the way it is in the animal kingdom. They all are who they are, and they play the cards they're dealt. They don't complain about it. They don't lay around and sulk about it. They do the best they can with what they got. If they get eaten by a lion, they got it ate by a lion. They go back into their karmic cycle, or reincarnation cycle, and they come back as animals. People don't come back as animals, and animals don't come back as people. It does not work that way. What most people don't understand, and the downloads that I've received are, it is so exact, so matter of fact, so much in balance, so just precision timing, Swiss precision timing is not even this dead net center. It's exact. How perfect do you have to be randomly to get over 8 billion people living on globe, all different intentions, different agendas, going different places, doing different things, and it just somehow works? Yes, there's death and accidents and all this other stuff, and it works for the most part. Well, when I say everybody needs to help one person every day, that one person is you. Yeah, you. If you're taking care of yourself, if you're intentionally creating boundaries, saying, I need this much rest, I need to eat this, I need to drink this is good for me, I love this. Nothing happens to me. It always happens for me. Just by reframing those two words, you've come from a place of lacking to a place of power. It's not to be abused. And that's what I understand about leaders. I mean, presidents, CEOs of companies. Why would you get greedy? Why would you get greedy? That doesn't make any sense to me. So you start a small company, a couple friends, what have you, and you build it all the way up to a corporation. You got these people that give their heart and soul this whole time, and you're making millions of dollars, and they're getting crumbs and they're not getting appreciated, and you're taking advantage of them. And so they don't have quality of life. They go to work, they stress because they're on edge. I got to do a great job. I can't get fired because I got too much riding on this. You get home, wife, kids, bills, drugs, suicide, theft, murder, rape, all these other things that come along. We're still dealing with those. And you're making millions and billions, and you can't do better for your people. You can't appreciate them. Come up with this 8 days a week, 12-hour days of working, committing ourselves to that. Is that what life is? Is that what nature is? Is what we're here to do? We were born to go to a place we don't like, do things that hurt us, standing long periods of time, aches and pains, doing all this other stuff. And then that little bitty time that we get after work, before we go to bed with our family. But hey, on the weekend, we got Saturday and Sunday, pigs, barbecues, lake. But we immediately got to get back because we got to go back to work on Monday. Yes, responsibility. Yes, things have to get done. Yes, somebody has to do the job. But is there no other way to go about this? If we're going to talk about equality in gender, why not equality in pay? For what we're doing, giving up of our lifetime for this, that, and the other, we should get more time. Just go to the mountains, the stay at the lake a little bit longer. That's what we want to do. If that's what we want to do, why aren't we doing that? We're all doing what we're told, following the rules. You notice it seems like you get a bunch more rules like every day. There's more rules and more rules and more rules. Is it going to reverse? At some point, we're going to be ruled to death and law to death. Where's that at? I want to see where that mark is. What happens when we get to that point? Surely somebody's projected, okay, so every day everybody that's complaining about this, that, or the other, or they want to put a law up to, gain corporate benefits or incentives or whatever. When's enough enough? You got all the money, you got all the cars, you got all the toys, you're the rich kid, okay, got you. But you gotta make everybody's life miserable? Make their life a struggle by holding back more? You will not take it with you. What you do right now in this lifetime, you will carry over to the next. You mark my word. If you're given riches and you don't share those as you're divinely guided to share those, you will be the brokest person when you return into the next life. If you're a sour and a bitter person, and angry and spiteful and a gossiper, a backbiter in this life, you're going to be a toilet scrubber come the next one. You're going to be the heel at the bottom of everybody's shoe, and nobody will feel sorry for you. You're paying for your karma. That's why I often say discernment. I don't judge anybody. I'm not above anybody. I never have been. I've been told in my lifetime, you're cocky, you're arrogant, you think you're above everybody else. Because I look this way, because I talk this way, you're thinking that, you're not feeling it. If you felt me, worlds of insecurity. I always knew I wasn't enough. I always knew that. I was never, ever the smartest guy in the room. Ever. I knew it. I was sold on it. I was not the smartest guy in the room. If that's how I really felt and what I thought about myself, how can I be cocky or arrogant? I just knew that I had this energy and I had to get it out. And if I was burning that energy, I wasn't focused on what I wasn't and what I didn't have and what I couldn't do. I was serving people, being funny, being helpful, balancing everything. You don't think about it when you start that path that you're going to turn into a doormat. You're going to be a lay down for everybody. People are going to use and abuse you. Learn about energy. People can put energy on you, bad thoughts, bad intentions, and you can take that and carry it with you. It's like you got a black cloud above you. Constantly out of energy. Tripping over this, stubbing your toe, burned your finger, spilled gas on your shoe, you're on your way to work, God damn it, it just stays like that. And it can seem to a person, if it seems like that repetitiously, that it's never going to get any better. That also is a myth. There's no such thing as it's not going to get any better. The wheel of life turns. Unless you keep making decisions to remain in a cycle of bad habits and bad decisions and bad consequences, you're going to stay there. At some point, you got to get tired of doing that. I would imagine if I was sitting there headbutting my head against a brick wall, even if I stopped, it would be a different feeling. It would almost feel good to stop. But sometimes we dig our heels in and we don't know why. Why are we fighting this? Because you're not exploring it. You're not trying to understand. It's not all about me. It's never been, or will it ever be? It's never been about one person. It takes all of us to make it. Connections. Connections is what it takes. Do you want to be connected? Be that what you want to see in the world. How do we know what to do? We don't. I just started this to get the ball rolling, saying, hey, this conversation needs to happen. These are actions that need to be taken. I'm taking off and I'm running with it, and I'm trying to spread as much and do as much as I can to try to recruit help. What do I get paid? How much work do I got to do? Well, it depends on how you look at it. If you look at it the Chris Stapleton way, by giving and assisting and impacting positively somebody else's life, you're a millionaire. Yeah, you're greatly rewarded immediately when you do that. Monetarily, it can lead into other things. When you're focused on in the moment, if you're supposed to be working or you're supposed to be helping or you're assisting somebody, and your thoughts are elsewhere, you're not doing anybody a service, not even yourself. Be in the moment, be present. And I talk about that with children often. Talk to children. You don't talk down to them. You would be surprised how much children know and understand and feel. You think because they don't have the terminology or the vocabulary or the filters or screens for bullshit that they're not going to get it. That's false. There's kids out there that are tuning forks. It's kind of like indigo children. The most sensitive, pure love in a soul, in a human body. They need protection. We were supposed to have this cleaned up before they got here, and we're not ready, and we're not there yet, and it's not done. But guess what? They're still showing up. I hate it when I see that lion just maul that little baby zebra. I hate it when I watch the news and I see that little baby got hurt on this or got taken advantage of that way or discarded that way. Okay? Don't. Take your sympathy, put it in a brown paper bag, roll it up, and give it to somebody who needs it. You have to step in and take action. When you see something not right, fix it. If you see somebody getting picked on, step up. But you have to be coming from a place of discernment. Sometimes people are paying for their karma, and that is not your business, and you're not meant to interact in that. But at the same time, that person could be getting robbed because they were not as strong in stature, not as well versed in self-defense, don't have a firearm on them. And this is your opportunity to stand up and be courageous. One, you get to ascend in courage. And two, the person that you're defending gets a role model, somebody to look up to. This guy was going to commit suicide because he gets beat up all the time. Nobody cares. As long as he's helping, doing whatever they need him to do. And I mean by them, everybody. His family, his friends, bosses, co-workers, anything they can do to take advantage of him, or use him or abuse him until he's no good, then they discard him. He's not needed anymore. He's disposable. He's expendable. But when you give them permission, or not permission, I've been on both sides of that fence. I looked up and I needed help. It was never there. However, I got to a point where I stopped taking ass whoopings and I started fighting back. I got really good at it. So much confidence built up in that whenever I would see somebody getting bullied, I got to ante up. Why? That's me on the ground over there. If I'm not that, I need to at least be that.